Hey friends, Allison here, dropping in to share with you a new scrapbooking layout. I decided to do something a little bit different this time. I cut a lemon wedge with my Cricut and decided that I wanted to ink blend it. I used Close to My Heart inks to do the ink blending. I don't recommend using Close to My Heart inks to do that. They weren't designed for ink blending to begin with. They're great for inking edges of your paper, but not to ink blend large areas in your crafting. So as you can see in the background of that lemon wedge, I ink blended the entire thing. I was trying to get a gradient sort of look, so it was darker on the edges, and then the further into the center you went, the lighter it got. I think that Distress Inks by Tim Holtz would work a lot better. I don't have yellow, and that's why I used my Close to My Heart inks rather than Tim Holtz. Don't get me wrong, I love Close to My Heart and I love their products. It's just not the ideal ink for this type of application. So moving on, I also added some stitching to the lemon wedge as well, and I used 3 different colors of yellow to stitch around the lemon wedge. So on the very outside I used really dark yellow. Actually, I think it's more like a tan brown color than it is yellow, but it matched the color of the cardstock quite well, so I used that. And then I used almost a peach color and then a bright yellow for the triangles inside the lemon. I set that aside and I began putting together the background. I did mixed media off camera before I got started, so you can see the mixed media on the right hand side of the layout base. I added this plaid die cut over top, and then I used Tombow Mono liquid glue to adhere it to the layout base. I used wet glue because there is gesso in the background. I prepared my paper for the mixed media before I got started, and to ensure that it actually stuck, I used wet glue. The tape runner doesn't seem to stick as well on gesso. I'm also adding these smaller lemon clusters, I guess, to various places on the layout as well. These ones are going to be popped up with foam squares. I printed 2 photos at 2 by 3 inches, which was a nice change from the 2 by 2 inches that I've been doing recently in my scrapbooking. I matted the photos to white cardstock as well, trimmed them down so they're slightly larger than 2 by 3 inches. And then this photo right here is going to be adhered with a couple layers of craft foam. Instead of using my foam squares, I'm just trying to stretch it out so that they last a little bit longer. Here goes the second lemon cluster. There are little flowers that are being adhered over top as well. I cut them from a mixture of white cardstock and then blue pattern paper that I had in my stash. When I craft using my Cricut, I like to what I call dumpster dive first. I always look through my scrap papers looking for anything that would be the right size for the cutting that I want to do. If I can't find anything, then obviously I'll choose a full 12 by 12 sheet, but I like to start with those first, and if I can get them used up, that's the best. It feels so good throwing your cardstock out or pattern paper after you have totally killed it. And I'm curious, what are your thoughts? Would you like to see the papers that I kill before I throw them out in my creative process, or is that something that doesn't interest you? Leave me a comment down in the description box below, just leave a comment anyways, and let me know, because I think it would be neat to see how much paper actually does get used up as opposed to using a fresh new sheet every time. So let me know what you think. I'd love to hear. I am working on the title right now. I cut the title twice from 2 different papers. One was from a dark brown, it's called Nutmeg, I believe, cardstock from Close to My Heart. And then I cut the top part, the blue part, from pattern paper that was in my scrap bin. I offset them and I love the way that it looks. It brought a little bit more brown into the layout just to give it a different color and bring it to life a little bit more, because really the only colors in the layout is predominantly yellow and then a bit of blue, a bit of green, and some white. So I like that it brings just a different color into the layout and adds more dimension. I am embellishing my layout right now. We're pretty well done. There's just a few other things that I'm going to be adding. I have this really cute little tab that I'm going to add right now from an Echo Park collection. It's a really old one. All the embellishing in today's layout is either from Echo Park, Jilly Bean Soup, or Ali Edwards. So the large yellow circle over top of my daughter's head is an Ali Edwards sticker from her new scrapbooking kit. The newest one is a circle kit. A couple of posts back or videos back, I did a scrapbook haul about Ali's newest scrapbook collection. I'll leave the link down to that one so you can check it out as well. And that's it, my friends. Here's the close-ups. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and a like. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope that you find the projects that I make inspiring, and I hope it inspires you to create more as well. I'll be back again soon with more creative inspiration. Thanks for joining me today, friends. Bye.